So I'm going to cover all the skills we've gone over with Miss Pearl. So you've got one spot that you can go to review everything. So this first exercise that we're going to go over is called Relax on a Mat. And this will give Miss Pearl the ability to work through her big emotions. Anytime that she gets something that comes her way that might get her riled up, or she might be being introduced to for the first time. So it could be bicycles, skateboards, uh, anything that might get her wound up. And what you're going to do is break out the mat, have some treats with you so that she knows when she's doing the right thing. And then we're going to give her treats if she can go into a really nice relaxed body posture. So it's a down, which is great, and then I like it ideally when she rests her little chin down on the mat. So if she just hangs out there, then good. I was just about to good like that. So that's what we're looking for. So if she just rests there, that's good. But ideally, I want her to rest her chin down. And so we put on the mat when we come into a situation that's going to be give us some anxiety or too much excitement, and then we pick the mat up when we're done. And we don't say anything. This is a command-free exercise. We actually want Miss Pearl to have to work through this on her own accord. And so she has to be able to come over to the mat and get in a relaxed body posture without us telling her anything, which is actually the crux of this, which gives her emotional intelligence, is the fact that she's doing this completely on her own. So you can feel free to sit on a bench, sit down on the floor. A lot of times when I was working with her, I sat on my little bench over there, a couple feet high. Sometimes we'll sit on the floor with her. Both are fine. And you can do this for 30 seconds to 3 minutes, a short period of time, and do it with her fairly frequently. Daily, when you're initially working with her, it's great. And then, at least a couple times a week so that Miss Pearl realizes she still has this tool in her toolbox. So then, let's say that she sees a squirrel for the first time. It gets her way too wound up. She has a difficult time with it. I would take her out of the patio if this is where she can handle it and leash her up, do relax on the mat. She can check in with the squirrel, calm back down, relax herself, look at it. Every time she does, I would break out some treats, set some treats down for her, have her look at it. Again, set some treats down for her. Every time she looks at it, have her work through that. If it's a sound, you can certainly look that up on the internet and play that sound for her. So I'd say, play that sound. We're in a relaxed state. Give her a treat. Play that sound. Give her some treats. Play that sound. And just start to ratchet up the volume over time. And if it's something that she sees visually, so it's not an auditory stimulus that's getting her excited, then just start to get closer and closer over time. Do it from a distance that she can be comfortable with. But the key piece of this is that this is a behavior exercise, so something that will actually alter the way that she behaves, as opposed to all the rest of the things we'll go over are skills that she's acquired, just tricks that she's learned basically. But this is bringing down big emotions. So anxiety and excitement can be brought down to where she realizes that she can work through that. Very good. Very good. So this is really the king of all the exercises, because this is something that will actually alter her emotional state. So can't say enough good things about relaxing a mat. Again, you just break out a mat. It could be any towel. I like to have a towel because it's something that's nice and lightweight, and if it gets dirty, you can wash it. So break out any towel, work on this exercise, and she'll realize that she can calm herself down. I was going to say that even with her big brother, if, let's say, every time that they interact with one another, they get super excited when they're first introduced in the morning or something. If she's created your other pups, out, and you could do a little relax on a mat first thing when we're reintroduced, and then have them go gallivant around. But I love relaxing a mat. I love it when pups have the capacity to relax themselves and calm themselves down when they get super excited. She's super cute. Okay, you're just staring at me being super cute. So let us continue on. I'm just going to take a couple treats, toss it off the mat here. Here you go, sweetie. Here, come on, right there. And don't want to yank out the mat from underneath her, because it can be really enjoyable for her. So she's going to know that she loves that exercise. So Don't want it to be too jarring when we move on. Next, we're going to go over our name game exercises. So I simply want to be able to say Pearl and have her hone in on me. So I'm just going to take a treat initially, drag it up towards my face. She's got to make some good eye contact. So I'm going to say Pearl. Excellent eye contact. Very good. And then I'm going to do it without dragging the treat up towards my face. And she's staring at me. Pearl. Good. So I just waited till she was looking around. That's fine. And lastly, the name game exercises. I'm going to take a treat, toss it on the ground over here. There you go. Pearl. Good girl. She's got to lock back in on me. And with her, you know, a lot of times she'll look at me in the chest, and I consider that acceptable. You can certainly wait for perfect eye contact if she really looks you straight in the eyes, Pearl, which is fine. You can really be as anal retentive as you want. And usually I'm a little bit more lax when I toss the treat on the ground and the dog turns back towards me, because very often they're not just going to stare you in the eyes as they turn back towards you. More often than not, they'll look at you in the chest, which I consider acceptable, particularly with tossing the treat on the ground. So we put a lot of emphasis on recall. So really, recall is strongly enforced with a great name recognition. So I'm going to take a treat. Let's flip on the lights here. Be a little brighter. Pearl, come. Good girl. And give her a treat when she comes up. So I'm going to toss the treat down here. Let's go try to hide around the corner. Pearl, come. Pearl, come. Very good. Excellent. So with recall, you can start to work in the indoors and then just get further and further away. That's what makes it more challenging. And then take it outdoors and get close again, then work further and further and further away. So distance and distraction are the two factors that can always, the variables rather, that you can always alter to make it easier or more challenging. Pearl, sit. Good girl. Pearl, down. Good girl. Pearl, stay. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Why are you so amazing? So the clicker just pinpoints the moment that she's done what you're looking for. So with the sit, it's when her butt hits the floor, and the down is when her elbows hit the floor. And with her stay, it's just when she's been released. So you can tell her come, you can also say free. I've honestly used both of those interchangeably. Free means you're finished, and come is just recall. So I like to use come to reinforce recall. We really wanted to reinforce recall. But we've also used free when she's completely finished with something. So you can certainly say, Pearl, stay. Free. Good girl. And so I've noticed that she gets excited when we go through doorways. We've done a lot of this. Pearl, sit. Stay. Free. Good girl. Pearl, come. So a lot of sits and stays. Good girl. When going through doorways, to really get across to her that she needs to ask permission before she just takes off. So she was having a difficult time with impulse control, so we really put a lot of emphasis on sit, stay before going through doorways. So I certainly encourage and recommend you to continue doing that. So before she goes out in the morning, sit, stay, open the door, you go through, and then she gets to go out. Same thing anytime she goes out the front. Pearl, touch. So this is our targeting exercise. Miss Pearl is being guided to wherever we want her to go with our hand. So she'll come up and bump our hand with her nose. Pearl, touch. So I use this for loose leash walking, as well as, so we'll just get a position exactly where they need to be whenever we're out and about, if they're not exactly where they need to be. And when we're out in public, it's a great way to get your dog's attention again, get him positioned exactly where she needs to be. So you can get your pup to go. You can come on through, sweetie. Yeah, you can go. You going through? Um, it's really an excellent exercise to just get your dog wherever you need. So she's going to be such a big girl that this will really be one you'll want to keep real solid. So you can get her positioned wherever she needs to go without needing to physically move her around. You can just tell her touch. So if we wanted her to go over here, Pearl, touch. Good girl. Then we can get her positioned right over there without having to physically move her around. Holly, you want to come in real quick and we'll do the space exercise. So I was going to go over space with a partner. So I want to show you what this looks like. So as Pearl is approaching someone else, so you can make kissy noises. Okay. You can call her. You can give her some treats when she comes over. So, you sit, Pearl, come on.
Pearl, come.
Again.
Come.
Say it real firm with some enthusiasm.
Pearl, come. Pearl, come.
Let's shorten up the distance just a little bit. Take a couple steps towards it. That's fine.
Pearl, come.
Give her a targeting, so tell her Pearl touch.
Pearl, touch. Pearl, touch. Good girl.
Let's do another recall.
Pearl. Pearl, come.
Say it a little more firm so it's so high pitched. Just one.
Pearl, come.
Good.
Good girl.
Pearl, space. Good girl. So that's fine. That's exactly what that should look like. As soon as she's close to someone, you can tell her space. She'll turn away from that person. Pearl, space. And just an FYI on that. So minor variables can change how your pup is behaving. And so what we're really, what I was looking for there is just say your command more as a statement as opposed to a question. Holly was saying it was just like slightly too high pitch of voice, and that made all the difference in the world as soon as she said, Pearl, come. And said it like that, then all of a sudden Pearl came up. So just the way that you say things can impact your pup. And again, the first thing we did is change the variable of getting her a little bit closer. And then I wanted to say it with some more emphasis, which she did, and then said, okay, let's just say it more like a statement, and she was able to crush it. But anyway, that's what space should look like. If she's too close to another person, you can tell her space, and if she's too close to me, I can tell her space as well. So if she's right up on me, I can say, Pearl, space. Good. And she'll back up a little bit, which is exactly what we want. Nice job, my sweet. So you can try some from the front, some from behind. Pearl. Space. Very good. So this is our anti-jumping exercise. To be honest, I really have not seen hardly any jumping from Miss Pearl here. So I don't think you're really going to have an issue with it, but she's so big that it's definitely something you're going to want to work on just so that you have that skill sharp. So if she's approaching someone, Pearl, space, and it'll stop her from pouncing on someone. But again, I mean, I really haven't seen any jumping up on people. She's really a great gal. Next, we're going to go over our leave it command. Leave it. Good. So you'll notice there, she did a real good job pulling back. That's exactly what we're looking for. So if there's anything she gains interest in, we'll see if she'll like my little toy here. She doesn't seem too keen on it. But let's give her a shot. Leave it. Good. You didn't like it so much last time. Good job. Let's give her another shot. Says prior to me saying anything, but she understands. She's a smart girl. She's a very smart girl. Bro, leave it. Very good. So if she actually got this in her mouth, I would tell her leave it. If she just gained interest in it, I could tell her leave it. You want that, sweetie? You want your little puppy? You want that puppy? Okay, good girl. Good girl. You're too smart. You're too smart. She's like, I know you don't like that. I know you don't like that. So next we're going to go over her loose leash walking. We'll go over exactly what it should look like indoors, and then we'll take it outside and show you what that can look like in the great outdoors. So really the key on this one is that I just want her to be positioned right by my side. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get her positioned right where she needs to be, and then give her a click to indicate that this is exactly the time that she has done the correct thing. And then I'll start moving around. So I'll start circling initially, and then I'll start taking straight steps around. Very good. So again, initially, let her know right by my side. Always treating her right down the side of my leg as well. Let her know she's positioned exactly where she needs to be. Then I'll make a little circle this way. Hits that spot. Make a little circle this way. Hits that spot. Again, always treating by the side of my leg. Little circle. Hits that spot. Good job. Then I'm going to walk this way. Take a couple paces. Good girl. Then take a couple paces this way. Let's turn around. She hits that spot. Very good. And so I'm always treating her on my right-hand side. I don't want her to start circling around. I want her to be positioned exactly where she needs to be every time. And so she's always sticking over here. If we have any bicyclists or anyone that's coming up, they always go on the left-hand side. So I always want to keep my dog safe. I always want to be a buffer between her and oncoming traffic. So that could be, pedestrians with their dog. I want it to be her, me, other dogs coming the other way, so I can protect her, basically. Let her know, you don't have to be on guard, you don't have to do anything, I'll take care of this. So again, always on my right-hand side. And the way that I like to situate this is leash in my left hand, and a clicker in my left hand, and then treats on my right hand. If I ever get tension in the leash, then I stop, we don't move forward if I have tension. And then I would tell her touch or say her name, get her to come back exactly where she needs to be, and continue on our walk. If at that point she did it again, then I would simply change directions. I'll do a 180 and then call her and she's got to come up. So let's do both here. So if she was up ahead of me here, it's not where she needs to be, then I could say, Pearl, touch. Get her positioned back where she should be. And then we could continue on our walk. Or let's say that she is out front. Let's call this out front. Then I would just simply do a 180 on her, get her to hit that spot. Again, she's out in front. Oh, stop pulling on me, Pearl. I'll turn around. Pearl. And then get her to hit that spot. Why are you so good? You can't help it. You can't help how good you are. Yes. So that is perfect. So I'm going to sign off here, and then we're going to go head outdoors.